Hi, my name is Katrina Blake, and I attend Madisonville Community College. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to solve a multi-step word problem using the strategy of working backwards. You are planning a surprise birthday party for your best friend. First, you spend $45 on a cake, $28.50 on balloons and decorations. You then spend half of your remaining money on the perfect gift. Realizing you forgot the party favors, you spend another $12.75. Seeing a great sale, you decide to treat yourself by spending half of your remaining money on a new outfit. You check your wallet at the end of the day to find that you have exactly $19 left. How much money did you start the day with? This problem gives us several spending steps and tells us that we ended the day with $19. Our goal is to figure out how much money did we start with. Before we begin, do we know the starting amount or the ending amount of money? We know the ending amount, which is $19. Since we know the ending amount and not the starting amount, we'll use the strategy of working backwards. First, we're going to start with how much we ended the day with, which our problem states is $19. So we have $19, and now we're going to figure out what the last step of our, what the last transaction of our day with. So it says we decided to treat ourselves by spending half of our remaining money on a new outfit. If we spent half of our remaining money, that means we have double what we had left. So we're going to add 19 back. And 19 plus 19 equals 38. And now we're going to take note of what that was for, which was for an outfit. All right. Next, we're going to undo our purchase of party favors. It says we spent $12.75 on party favors. So we're going to add that back because in order to find out how much we started with, we need to add back what we spent. So $12.75, we're going to add that to 38. 38 plus $12.75 equals $50.75. All right. We're going to label what that was for, which was party favors. Next, we're going to find what we did right before buying party favors because we're working backwards. It says we then spent half of our remaining money on the perfect gift. So now, if we spent half of what we had remaining, that means we spent double what we had left after spending it. So we're going to take what we had left after spending money on the gift and add it back. So $50.75 plus $50.75, which what does that equal? Yes, $101.50. Take note of what that was for, which was a gift. Now we come to the next step, which we need to see what we spent before buying the gift, and that was $28.50 on balloons and decorations. So just like we did with the other steps, we need to add that $28.50 back. And now we're going to add that, and that equals $130 even. All right, and now we have one last step. And our problem states that we first spent $45 on a cake. So just like we did with the other problems, we're going to add 45 back to the total, which makes $175. Now, what does this number mean? That's right. That means we started the day with $175. We're going to take note of that so we remember. All right, let's wrap up what we learned. So we know the ending amount, so that means working backwards can help us find the starting amount. We also know that when we're spending half of what we have remaining, That means we need to double the amount. We also know that when working backwards, we always reverse the steps and use the opposite operation. So with spending, you're losing money. So that sounds like subtraction. Since we're working backwards, we need to do the opposite. So it would be addition. Thank you.